Alright, Shalom, Yashala. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great wisdom, peace and salutation to you, Akim, of this pushing the truth in love, sincerity, and charity with all humility. Okay, this is the brother YASHAWAN from the James Palmer's Camp, Pakaja, with another brief lesson. The name of this lesson is entitled, We only can strive to be perfect, a blessed man. Okay, in brackets, a blessed man. Okay, so we only can strive to be perfect. Okay, so this lesson, Lord, will it be edified unto you. Okay, and cause it to be built up even more in the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. So let's get I have a few things jot down here. Okay, with some few precepts you want to get into. Okay, so yeah, so let's go to Sirach 14 and 1. All right. Okay. We can go to Sirach chapter 14 and verse 1. All right. Let's get it in the. All right. It says, Blessed is the man that hath not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. All right. And we can just get that also in a different translation. All right. So, slander. Okay, he won't slander with his speech, neither deceit or corrupt talks. Okay. So it says, Blessed is the man that had not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. So he's a man that he be careful about what he say. Okay? No deceit, no lies, or corrupt talks will be in his mouth. Alright? So let's get Proverbs 10 and 19. This is Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 19. It says, In the multitude of words there wanting not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. Okay, so a blessed man, the man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's gonna choose his words wisely. He's gonna be wise. Okay, what comes out of his mouth. Alright. Like I said, lies wouldn't he will be careful of lying, of deceits, of corrupt words. Okay, so he would refrain his lips, alright, from these things, from these type of words. Okay, let's get James chapter 3. Alright. Verse 1 to 8. Okay. James chapter 3 and verse 1. Say, My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater damnation. Alright, be not many teachers, okay, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Alright, because if you are trying to master this or master that or teach this or teach that, okay, you could basically get jammed. I would say, or you may, if you were to go off, okay, there's a greater condemnation. Okay, it's a greater charge for that. All right. See, this is the AMP version. Not many of you should become teachers, serving in an official teaching capacity. My brothers and sisters, you know that we who are teachers, now this goes directly for the brothers, not the sisters. For you know that we who are teachers will be judged by a higher standard, because we have assumed greater accountability and more condemnation if we teach incorrectly. You see? So you will be on point with what you teach. Okay? For in many things we offend, which stumble. Okay? For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, or stumble in word, the same is if a perfect man, unable so to bridle the whole body. So that man is going to be careful of what he say. Okay? All right? He's going to be careful not to stumble on certain words. Okay? So by him doing so, being a wise man, he will know how to basically control the whole body. All right? For 3, behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. So the thing in the mouth, if you see those horses movie, those are Western movie, how they have this thing in the horse mouth. When they pull it left, the horse turn left. When they pull it right, the horse turn right. Okay? When they pull both together, the horse slow down. All right? He say, behold, also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm. Okay? Water. Whithersoever the governor listed, or the pilot, or the captain, wheresoever the captain wanted to go. That's him controlling the whole ship. Okay, with a small little paddle. Okay? So even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled. So he's using the tongue, okay, as a metaphor. And the tongue is a fire and a world of iniquity. So it's the tongue among our members, because the tongue is small, that it defileth the whole body and set it on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. So that tongue, okay, which could cause which basically cause you to be killed. Okay, it could cause you to be killed. It could cause you to get hurt. All right. So you got to, as a wise man will know when to speak, and he will choose his word wisely. Okay. For every kind of beasts and of birds and of serpents and of things in the sea is tamed, and had been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. You see? Let's see what they say in a different translation. Okay? But no one can tame but no one can tame the human tongue. It is a restless evil, undisciplined, unstable, full of deadly poison. Okay? Alright? So basically everything saying the same thing, the GNT, but no one has ever been able to tame the tongue. It is evil and uncontrollable, full of deadly poison. Okay? So all of these translations saying the same thing. Alright? So, hey, let's go back to Sirach 14 and 1. Right? Blessed is the man that had not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. Okay, now let's get this in the GNT Bible. Okay, they say if a person never says anything carelessly, he is to be congratulated. He doesn't need to feel guilty. You see, if a person never says anything carelessly, he is to be congratulated. All right. And when you look at it, all right, a wise man, okay, he's gonna what? Try to keep his speech, okay, with wisdom. Okay, he's not gonna try to speak corruptly. Okay, he's not gonna basically pass or torment by accumulated guilt. Okay, all right, because I would say all right, he doesn't need to feel guilty, right? And in the King James version say, right, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. Okay, so not pass or torment by accumulated guilt through certain speeches often multiplies transgressions. All right, so discipline in speech protects the soul. All right, and the tongue is a gateway to many sins, going back to James 3 and 8, an unruly evil. Okay, so a wise man, okay, he would be wise in his speech. He would know what to say. He would know when to say. He would speak when there's opportunity. Okay, so let's go back to Sirach 14 and verse 2. Blessed is he whose conscience had not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. All right. So his inner moral witness is at peace, not living in hypocrisy. All right. Let's get our Romans 14 and 22. Okay. Romans chapter 14 and verse 22. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before the Most High. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in the thing which he allowed. Okay, he ain't gonna condemn himself in his conscience. All right, as it say here, blessed is he whose conscience had not condemned him. Okay, he's not gonna condemn himself. All right, and he that doubted is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. Okay, so back to verse 22 say, happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he allowed. All right. So back here it says, blessed is he whose conscience had not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. All right. And this is a man who puts his trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, one that seeketh wisdom. Okay. And let's read that in the AMP version. All right. The AMP version. Salakia. Romans, that's Romans. Okay. Romans 4, 14 and 22. AMP. The faith which you have that gives you freedom of choice. Have as your own conviction before the Most High. Just keep it between yourself and the Most High, seeking His will. Happy is he who has no reason to condemn himself for what he approves. Okay? That's clear in your conscience. You don't going to condemn yourself. Alright? Okay? So back to Sirach 14:2. Blessed is he whose conscience had not condemned him, and who has not fallen from his hope in the Lord. Okay? So he continue in trust and covenant loyalty. Okay? Doesn't abandon faith under pressure. Okay? Doesn't abandon faith under pressure. Alright? Because, when you get in a certain situation, okay? When you get in a certain situation when you're getting hard and going through the ringer, alright, many would jump ship. But a true man of the Lord, okay, he's going to endure it until the end. Okay? Let's get our 1 John 3:21. Alright? Beloved, if your heart condemn us not, then have we confidence towards the Most High. Then have we hope towards Yahweh Yahushai. Okay? True blessedness is eternal, clean conscience, and enduring faith. Okay? And let's get that in the NLT. Alright, and then we can close up. Okay? This is 1 John 3:21 in the NLT. Dear friends, if we don't feel guilty, we can come to the Most High with bold confidence. Okay? With bold confidence. Alright? So, hey, true blessedness is eternal. Alright? And we only can strive to be perfect. Okay? A blessed man. Alright? We don't have to put on, we don't have to act. Okay? Now we could put on Yahweh Yahushai. Okay? Alright? And we could do our best to please him, so that in the end we would be found worthy. Alright? So yeah, man. Lord, will this lesson was edified. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, Akim. Of this pushing truth in love, sincerity, and in charity with all humility. Okay, Shalom and a Bible. Kwam Yashal.